vote for does not really matter. It doesn't matter in any society. This is a ploy to help the public think that they actually have a power in writing a name on a slip, on a ballot. If you think voting actually does something, then you're naive. Why would something that gives you power, why would they give you something that will take away their power? Let's think for a second. Let's pause and think. And I'm not here to debate whether you think the election was rigged or not. We can't deny the facts that funny business was going on. First time U.S. Constitution did mail-in ballots. First time they delayed the vote count by 3 or 4 days. First time January 6th, right before the end of the presidency. All of these, I'm sewing these patterns together and something is fishy. Something is fishy. But this just to show you that no matter what side you on, it's still part of the same bird. Left wing, right wing, same bird. You know, I don't care what party you on, but let's just to say there's nothing liberal about me, but I won't call myself a conservative. I just have traditional values. But I know the party is nonsense. You know, people who talk about voting don't have any power. Shout out to 19 Keys. Rich people don't vote. They lobby. And let's take two of the most powerful groups on this planet, the Chinese and the European Jewish community. Have you ever heard about anybody from these groups talk about voting? Nah, they just build, or they lobby, or they in the political office. Voting is a low level form of power, if you even consider that power. Power, especially for people of my color, is not going with what society says, not going with what the media says. We have to think for ourselves. And how do we really vote? Do you really vote by writing a name on a ballot, or do we vote with dollars? Last time I checked, it's the money that talk. Not the pen, not the person, but the money. People don't respect you unless you could feed them. So all these protesting, all these marching, it's all falling on deaf ears. And who is funding these protests? Who's funding the media? Do you really think either Democrat, Republican has your best interest, or they're telling you sweet nothings to calm you down? They're telling you sweet nothings to make you feel better about your country and yourself. Now let's step into reality. Let's step into reality. Because if you're externalizing your power so much to a point where you have to rage that your so-called leader, which is a puppet, wasn't elected, then you're just as lost as someone in the alphabet community. You're no better than them. You're just as lost. Although you may make more sense, you're still lost because you don't see that it's all a system to keep both of us, everybody, enslaved, to keep you in a cage where they feed you certain scraps, they serve you the best seeds, but yet you still can't use your wings because you're in a cage. They're telling you sweet nothings and everything. They got the best TV shows, you know, but none of this really empowers you. You really have to empower yourself. And I try to tell people that when you get on the spiritual path and you have a purpose, like that you were sent here to do something, that will empower you way more than you just voting on a ballot. You waking up people's minds is more empowering than telling them to vote. When I hear just vote, it sounds so random. Vote for who? Better yet, vote for what? Vote for what? Even someone of my demographic, a so-called black man, neither party don't give a F about me? What the f am I voting for? I'm not voting. What, you gonna tell me sweet nothings just so you can cast my vote? What, they even call it the black vote. They even call it that. What the hell? That shit funny to me. So I just look at people like, you still voting, bruh? What? How you still expect some white man to give you what you really deserve? Like, what? You have to build that for yourself and give that to your community, and then don't vote. That will scare them more than you voting Democrat, than you not voting at all. You actually build up your own community. That will that's more power than you endorsing someone or getting endorsed by someone, because it's all for the system. It's all to keep America on top. Even now, it's to even break America down. Because Biden, no, China trying to take over the world. They do manufacturing for everyone. They produce toys for everyone. They produce the Bible for the Christians. They produce the toys for the Christians, for the Republicans. And they want to talk about made in America. This is the proudest country. They drive in German cars done by Nazis. Like, everyone's a fraud. How are you still voting? Vote for what? Voting does not matter. Voting does not matter. I don't care what demographic you come from. You voting, when I hear somebody voting, it's like they're wishing for something. It's like, and they get depressed or they get disappointed 4 years down the road. Even like when Trump was going in 2016, I'm like, this guy already won. He walking in confidence. And then when he ran in 2020, I'm like, he looking less confident. He looking a little shaky. Like, the elite's not going to grant him the presidency again. He looking a little shaky. And I always say, leaders are selected, not elected. Right? Leaders are selected, not elected. They just want you to think that you have the power to elect your leader, which is nonsense. Don't be biting into the bait, family. Come back down to reality and see what it really is for yourself. Start carving out your own path and then follow it. Sure, you may be affected by some tax. Sure, you may be affected by some way business is done. But overall, is that the ultimate power? Does your power and livelihood lie in some politician? Are you that weak? I don't think so. So it's time for us to get off our behind and start working and building our own communities. So if you enjoyed this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, you guys be well. 1.